You know, there was a time where I called myself like, you know, being stealthy and shit, or keeping a lot of shit to myself. But as I just watch, things progress and shit in the world, I realized like it's now or never. You might as well go. You know what I'm saying? While you can. So here I'll be on to kick a little game, kick a little knowledge and shit, right? Just put shit on wax and put it out there for the record, while I can. So just for the hood, because this is hood therapy, coolest podcast in the 229. And, you know, hey, let me kick this shit though, right? A lot of people that ask me and shit, like, how did shit come to be this way? Like on some like, a lot of black people in America, they don't know anything beyond slavery. They don't know no history of the earth or of black people and all that. But let me kick some real fucking game. And you could check. I always tell people to go check, but like you gotta want that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go seeking that shit the same way niggas will go chase pussy or weed or some shit. You gotta wanna know who you are that bad. You gotta want, because it's out there. And I'm gonna tell you what, you better go now like how I'm talking. Because censorship and all this shit, the algorithms and them being able to hide shit, and you got to know who's controlling these platforms that you using to get your information from. You just got to be aware. So anyways, here goes. Black people was getting fresh. How we get fresh now, we was doing this shit 5,000 fucking years ago. I swear to God. If you look at ancient Egyptian statues and stuff depicting, and they telling you when this was in history, 3000 BC, genuine scholars, Egyptologists, not outside, I'm talking about indigenous people. You know what I'm saying? And do you know that the Arabs, like Arabic people, run Egypt now? Like them people is like what people call Middle Eastern. That's who run that shit. Just like the president of, is that Madagascar? He's not an African dude. But this is what I'm saying. Way back then, these are African people. These are pharaohs, people that have what you would call angelic blood, or like the true royal bloodline in the earth. Like these people that got the biggest brains and the largest stature of all human beings. Dick big as fuck. Yeah, all of that God body shit. Yeah, those people for real. This is who the fuck I'm talking about, right? That's who we descend from and shit, and that's why we look like that. It makes sense, don't it? You look like your mama and daddy. German Shepherd had puppies, the damn puppies look like the damn mama and daddy. You know what I'm saying? So if we look like this, and I did, that means our forefather did must have been swinging. So these people that look like you in the ancient past, in this time, 5,000 years ago, was they fresh as fuck. But it's a river that runs through Africa, through Egypt and the Sahara. It's called the Nile River. You probably heard of it. But it's a whole bunch of civilizations that sit along this river now. Walk with me and shit. I'm high and shit. I'm trying to, damn. Look, you done made me tell the truth. Do what I'm saying. That's what I do though. A bunch of different little civilizations live along the Nile River. All of them got their own little unique style architecture, just how we be now. Different little, the New Orleans niggas like this, the Detroit niggas like this, Miami niggas like this, New York niggas like this, Georgia niggas like this. You feel me? It's just Cali. So it's the same way we was like this in our ancient past. So guess what? The one that was most dominant at the time was these group of people called the Nubians. And the Nubians are known for being very dark skinned. And they some like, they'll wage war with you type shit. Like they aggressive and strong, but they really had the swagger and set the trend. They was a big influence of all the different civilizations. They had like the strongest influence on all others, but the one that rose and ended up influencing the rest of the fucking world, like Western civilization today. Europeans and shit start imitating the Egyptians, the Greeks, Alexander them. It's a saying that the the conquerors got conquered by the people they conquered. Like, their culture became your culture. Alexander the Great went and built a library. You feel me? Like, went and bowed to them Egyptian, what they call in Egypt, because Egypt is a term given to the land by the European, by the Greeks. You feel what I'm saying? Before that, it's Kemet, chemistry, alchemy and shit, the home of all that. Yeah, and what I'm saying is in 3000 fucking BC, you gotta think about how long ago this shit is. It's 2021 when I'm recording this. We talking like 5,000 years ago. This shit is going on. Folks is fresh as fuck. You feel me? And living a whole life in civilization. I'm talking about eating crops. Folks is like, women got fat asses back then. How you see women with fat asses now. So it's people out here with families smashing shit. They having dance parties. All this shit going on. It ain't choppers and shit. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't a bunch of Zans. It ain't shit like that. But it's a whole fucking civilization that previously existed that was advanced, significantly advanced. You feel what I'm saying? In a time past. And we can learn from it. So put it like this. It's his king. And I think I'm saying his name right. It's Narmer, right? And he might have been one of the last true pharaohs, meaning like he got the blood, y'all. Like he got the genetics. Like it's him. Like all these people that they be talking about, they be having pharaohic blood. Abraham, who all these religions be arguing, saying that they descend from him. This man is really an Egyptian fucking pharaoh. That's what they not ever gonna tell you. You feel what I'm saying? Moses and all these folks is fucking African. They pharaohs. They got pharaohic blood. Tut Moses and shit, that's a term. Moshe is a term that means drawn from. Drawn from what? Tut, the Tut Moses part. Tahuti and Thoth and all that shit is the same bloodlines, the same demigod, the same neater or whatever the fuck you want to refer to these prototypical human beings that they try to depict and shit on the walls and shit and all this and that. But get what? The one thing you notice, these folk always had these big ass brain, big ass skulls and shit. So King Narmer is descending he is in that bloodline. I'm almost certain. Right? Because what I'm mentioning that for is because the kings after that shit, right? They be false claiming. They don't directly descend. You ain't this man. Nah, none of that. You see what I'm saying? It started to be where like now foreign kings or kings that ain't even from this shit be claiming that they the pharaoh. But that ain't how that work. The pharaoh is a term literally for divine lineage. Like you was blood related to these people that came and taught us how to form and taught us our language. That came here with all that advanced technology. You got his seed mixed with these other female type shit. Yeah, follow we'll talk. But then what I'm saying, so Narmer he came together. He brought and unified the upper and lower kingdoms, right? At a time where these folks is all feeling themselves, all beefing and warring. He had to smash some shit. Now he had to go to war with his own people and shit to get some straightening. But then like, man, he is the reason that shit started to develop where they start doing, he made everybody do shit like, hey, we about to develop religious temple sites and preserve all this art and shit that the gods left with us and shit. And all the art of this time and tell the story and history, put it in the wall and shit. And they is fire artists from this time. Look at that old shit, man. Just go look it up. You like, damn, this shit hard. So anyways, these folks run an irrigation system so they can grow enough food to feed the whole kingdom. Be just unified and shit. Like it was fire here. And then the Egyptians, the Greeks come thousands of fucking years later. Like Alexander them ain't coming till like 2,700 fucking years later. You feel what I'm saying? And then coming and like studying and learning all this shit. And then the Greeks take all that geometric science and shit. Pythagoras get initiated and shit. The Essene Brotherhood put Pythagoras on. He come back, take that shit back to the Greeks. Come on, man. I'm trying to kick knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? That's what the real gangsters do. So all I'm saying is, really black people, dark-skinned people and all that shit built the whole fucking Western world. They get all the swag. Look at the Washington Monument. Big-ass obelisk. Where they get the obelisk from? Huh? Motherfuckers, Versace. Where they get that? That's Egyptian. Them little, you know the little pattern. Come on, man. Fuck is we like? They don't tell the real history. Somebody gotta kick it. I'll be the one to kick it. I just want to kick a little flavor. I'll be back. I gotta eat the rest of this one.